What's up, creative crew? Will Simpson here, and welcome to another episode of me editing your photos. I ask you guys on Instagram and on TikTok to send me photos that you want to see edit, and I get hundreds of submissions. You wouldn't believe how many I get, and I thank each and every one of you for sending me these images because, you know, it takes a lot of courage to send me these images for someone else to edit your photos, and for me, it's a lot of fun and great practice because I get to edit other people's photos and put my style on it, plus it gives me a lot of practice editing photos that I might not be able to get. So it's a really great experience for both of us. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I will continue to do them, so make sure you're following me on Instagram and TikTok. I'll link it down below in the description, or you could just search for me right here and look for those videos where I ask for your submissions. Again, thank you everyone for submitting photos. I'm sorry I couldn't get to all of them. I just only have so much time. Before we get into the first photo, I just wanted to make a quick note on the difference between JPEG and RAW formats. JPEGs are great, and you can get great photos with them, but they do limit your editing capability. iPhone or phone photos are also great, but again, the sensor is tiny, so it limits your editing capabilities. That's why I always request the RAW photos, the RAW formats of these photos. It gives me a lot better editing ability and allows the image to just look better in general. Some of these are RAW, some of these are JPEG. But without further ado, let's get into the first image, and this is by someone named Ning. He actually told me to call him that. I'm terrible with names, and I apologize if I completely botch your name. Not my strong suit. So this first photo is by Ning, and it is a photo of Dubai. It is a JPEG. It's a great photo though. I mean, it looks beautiful. On this one specifically, I went ahead and did 2 edits. So firstly, what I did was I started with my preset Apocalypse, which I am loving lately. I did a photo shoot and I built this preset with it, and I love this preset. It's just such a cool thing. Anyways, I dropped the clarity, I raised the dehaze, I added some graduated filters on the top and bottom to give it a really nice mood, and that was it. Here's the before and here's the after. The next one I did was I reset everything. I did my preset Cityscape, and I raised the temperature to make it more orange. I raised the exposure to brighten it up a little. I added a radial filter to kind of give the setting sun the glow in the left side. I then lowered the saturation a little, upped the vibrance, lowered the dehaze, and just did a few little tweaks here and there. I added a little bit of blue, a little bit of orange in the shadows, blue in the highlights to give it kind of a tone. And so here is the before, and here is the after. Ning, thank you very much for your submission. I really love this photo. I wish it was raw, but it is what it is. Thank you again for the submission. It's awesome. I can't wait to visit when I get a chance and take these awesome photos. Okay, so the next photo is by Walker, and he took this great sunset photo, and this is a raw image, so it was really good for me to edit. Funny enough, this photo specifically didn't need much because it is so pretty. But what I did was I went ahead and started with my Touch of Blue preset. I raised the warmness a little because it is a very warm photo, being that it's sunset. I changed the crop a little to get rid of some excess space. I added a radial filter right over the sun to make it blow out a little, and then took it away from the houses using a luminance filter. And then I added a graduated filter in the bottom right to darken that area because with the sun setting, it would be a little darker. Then I did a little dodging and burning. I wanted to separate the rocks with the water, so I dodged the water, made it a little lighter. It shows that it's darker, but that's just so I could see where I was. And then I burned the mountain, and again, it shows it's lighter, so I could just see where the mask was. And that was pretty much all I did. It was super quick. Here's the before, and here is the after. Walker, thank you so much for your submission. I hope you enjoyed the edit. The picture is gorgeous. Definitely something you could print and put on your wall. It is beautiful. Great shot, man. Okay, moving on to the next one. This one is by Leland. This is a great photo, nice silhouette shot at the beach, and I wanted to enhance that. So I started out with my apocalyptic preset, which I am still loving. I brightened it up because that preset makes it very dark. I then adjusted some settings. I added some blue in the tones, in the shadows, and some oranges in the highlights. I created a radial filter to really blow out the sun and give some extra oomph to the image. I then used a luminance filter to take it away so it doesn't brighten him up as a person. Then I used the brush tool to darken him. I wanted to brush just him because I really wanted to make him the silhouette. So I brushed him and then I lowered the shadows, lowered the exposure to really make it a silhouette photo. After that, I adjusted some of the calibrations to give it that blue-orange tone, and I cleaned up the airplane in the background, and after that, I straightened it out, and then here is the before, and here is the after. Awesome photo, love these type of shots. Hope you enjoy the edit. Thank you so much for the submission. Keep up the good work, it's a great photo. Now let's go on to the next one. The next one is by Sheila, and Sheila, her one request was to remove the leash from this photo. So I did that and more. I first started off with my preset Hazy Days, which gives it kind of a fall moody preset. I straightened it out using the crop tool and the transform feature using auto. Once that was done, I brought it into Photoshop to take out the collar, or take out the leash and the lead because it was very long. So I just kind of cleaned it up using the spot healing tool and the stamp tool to make sure that everything looked good. Once that was all done, I then moved it back into Lightroom and to do the color edit. What I did was I did a dodge and burn. So I dodged the stairs where it was bright, and then I burned the dark parts. This really gave it some 3D dimension and really brought you into the image so it didn't look as flat. I then did a little bit more curves adjustments to give it a specific style, make it a little bit more moody. Then I wanted to pull attention to the dog, so I masked out the entire image and put minus clarity. Then I masked the dog and I put positive clarity. And that gave it a much easier dimension, and your attention is pulled right to him. So here's the before and here's the after. Sheila, thank you so much for the submission. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a great photo. Keep up the awesome photography skills, and awesome. Let's move on to the next one. All right, the next one is by Megan, and this is, I love this image. This is such a cool image. I've been to Greece. I'm assuming this is taken in Greece, but I've been there and it was beautiful, absolutely stunning area. So with this photo, I wanted to give it an old school look. So with this photo, again, I started with apocalyptic preset because it fit perfectly. This preset comes with 2 graduated filters, so I deleted them. I adjusted the whites and blacks to really get it that perfect dynamic range. I then took it into Photoshop to remove the safety wires and the barriers. Also found this cat, got rid of this cat, and I cleaned up a couple of signs and things like that. Once that was done, I brought it back into Lightroom, and then I wanted to add some sun rays. So I took it into Luminar, and I used their sun rays ability to add some sun rays. I deleted the mask here so the sun rays wouldn't go in front of the column, so it actually looked accurate. Once that was done, I took it back into Lightroom. I then dodged and burned the columns. So I lightened the light parts and I darkened the dark parts to really give it that 3D image and really bring you into the image. That way it didn't look like a flat layer. Once that was done, lowered some highlight, things like that. And here's the before and here's the after. Megan, thank you so much for the image. Loved it. It was a great shot. I hope you can print it and put it up on your wall because I know that's what you said you wanted to do with it. But other than that, that is all there is to it. Those are the images that I selected. Again, thank you everyone for submitting your images. If you are not following me on Instagram or TikTok, definitely go follow me there because I will post the video or the announcement for when I'm accepting new images. Other than that, if you like this video, give it a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe because I do the videos every Monday at 7 p.m. Also, I send emails with tips, tricks, first looks, giveaway entries, things like that. So there's a link in the description. Go fill that out so you get on that email list. And other than that, if you have any questions or comments, hit me up below. But I will see you guys next Monday. Yeah, next Monday at 7 p.m. Thanks so much, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video.